Hi, guys. This is one of the episode I come to, and I am just reminded again that indeed we're humans and you cannot fault people for things they do sometimes. Hello, guys. You're welcome to another amazing episode on the S3E08 podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host, Luchi Gloria, and I'm super excited to be here. Since you're going to pardon me for the noise, I really came late and we have a lot of activities going on around here today. And what are we talking about today? We are talking about a very common thing. I think at a point in your life you have been judgmental. At a point in my life I have a judgmental. I remember there are things I had criticized people for. There are things I'm like, get what go make me do this thing. And at some point I see myself doing the same thing. Who am I to judge? um our topic today is rather the discussion we want to have is a very important topic, and that is for us to really question and ask ourselves what makes your flaw better than other people's flaw? What makes my flaw better than other people's flaw? And it's something we do when we see this person say, you two get bad character. Who raised you? What is your problem? And the illustration that would really explain this is there is this thing we always say that until you wear the shoe, you will not know how it fits perfectly. You would not know if it's extra large. You're not going to know whether it's tight or whether it's loose until you have been in that same position. You can really, you really cannot tell how you would handle the situation if you were placed in that situation. You really cannot tell how you would react in that situation if you were placed in that situation. And it's just a lot of things, a lot of times people just tend to hold their breath because of, oh, this person go fit judge me. This person is going to judge me. This person has a lot to say about a particular thing. But I think it's high time we cut people some slack because really, life is difficult for one person to navigate alone. Life itself is difficult. Then we now have to deal with the burden of constant judgment, burden of people always calling out our bullshit. Yes, I always am an advocate of, yes, you can always tell your friend this is where you fucked up or this is where you messed up. I'm an advocate of that. I'm all for that. But I believe that constructive criticism is something that we do not pay attention to. I, for one, I have been. I am so, like, I have this problem. I believe that I'm really outspoken when it comes to my emotions. I would say what it is and just call people out on their bullshit. But I consciously started learning what it means to actually give constructive criticism because how you construct a criticism is how the person will receive it. If you just drop out for there, the person will just say, you too, if you say you get mad, me too, I get mad. There's nothing that is going to come out from the back and forth, the constant judgment. So back to what I was saying concerning the um concerning our topic, guys. My head is around was the noise and everything. Um it's tiring to be always perfect. In this part of the world, especially Nigeria, people expect that you should be without a stain. Like if you are that person that people idolize and you make small mistakes, say you won't do mistake. If you just say may you just relax, may you drink water drop cup, it's a problem. It's really tiring sometimes to be that perfect person. I know for one because there's what is called model. They call this person a model individual. That is, people look up to this person. People um look up to your behaviors. Like what you do, like makes a lot of sense. What you do will make a lot of noise, and it's just difficult sometimes for people to just stay perfect. And I think this thing is really common with our celebrities, and they will tell you that the same way you are human, that is how human I am. So why do you think that you can make some mistake and I cannot make some mistake? It does not make any sense. So I think that we should cut people some slack. We should allow people breathe. Nobody's living their life for anybody. It's true that people live a life of impact. It's true that people live a life that is worth emulation. But don't make that part of the person's life all about the person's life. Because as humans, we're about to make mistake. And if you can make mistake, I can make mistake too. So don't tie my being grounded to me being, oh, Mrs. Perfect, she don't fuck up Nana. What is she want to do? No, don't tie that. If somebody is trying to be composed, don't see that as the entirety of everything. People something happened recently, and because I am someone that keeps to myself alone, I am a serious loner, guys. I enjoy my own company a lot, and I had been involved with somebody that I gave a lot to, and it seemed it was not enough, and so it came out in the public, and I was being criticized because people assume that, oh, Shay, you say you get high standards, oh, Shay, you say you can never misbehave, oh, Shay, and it was just tiring to hear. You don't even know me, so how, like, you don't know me, where is this criticism from? You really do not know me. I come to church every day, or I come to the office every day, or I go to certain places every day, but you really do not have a personal relationship with me, so who are you to judge? You really do not know me, so why do you think whatever you say would make sense? You don't know me, you don't have a relationship with me. So when that thing had happened and people gave their own opinion, oh, she's too proud, I'm so happy that you gave her a taste of her own medicine. But that was not even the gist. The gist only made sense to them because I admitted that I was hurt by the situation. And to them, like, so why you can actually get to this girl. And it was not a thing of vulnerability for me. I was vulnerable at that point, but not to the people not to the people that had a lot to say. So the fact say me I'm in the point where I have been vulnerable, what makes you think on earth that you are better than me? Like, I am human, so everybody's back to make mistake. That was really a very funny part in my life because was I embarrassed by the situation? No, but it was how people were quick to judge, people were quick to make assumptions, and they're just quick to laugh at the situation because they felt like I had created this impression that I am untouchable or I can never make mistake. You assumed so. Why should you blame me for your assumption? And I sincerely pray that may our weakness not be used against us. Because I'm someone that when I love somebody total. I don't know how to be lukewarm. Like I go in fully. There is no me trying to be playing safe. I genuinely love sincerely. So people know that. People that are close to me know that. And I'm very, very different with people I love and people that I'm just cordial with. So I just pray that may people not use our good hearts, or may people not use our weakness against us. And another thing people should understand that when people set certain standards for themselves, when people try to do things a certain way. Like people would describe me as a prim and proper girl, quote and unquote. So when people try to be a certain way and it's to you is like, why are you so uptight? Why are you behaving this way? Let people be actually. You don't know what is working for them. And the fact that somebody has decided to be that way, I keep saying this thing that I am honoring God in service to men. I am not doing things to please you. I am doing it in service. I am doing it in honor to the one who has called me. And certain behaviors I choose to stick to, or certain beliefs I choose to stick to, is because I am trying to walk in the ways of my Father who has called me. So don't come here with the bullshit of, oh, sure you are a Christian. Oh, sure you say you are a lover of God. Why do you behave this way? You cannot use my belief against me, even though I have said that, oh, this is who I am as a person, and I messed up or I misbehave. You are not you. I don't think anybody is worthy enough to judge me, because in everything I do in this life, I am answerable to God and God alone. So I think that we really need to drop this hypocritical behavior of always thinking that we have the right whatsoever to judge people. The fact say your own is meant for public, that does not mean you do not have flaws. The fact that your own is not out there, the fact that people are not mirroring your weakness does not give you the right to use people's weakness against them. And it's cute when you realize that you have this flaw and you work on becoming a better person. It's really amazing that people realize that those flaws are not really good, but I'm going to work on it. You can tell people things in such a way that it reminds them constantly, oh, Oluchi, I feel like when you have too many of those things, it does not make sense. Like the tone and the way you package your talk, I feel reason now small. But when you come to my face and it looks like you're trying to you're trying to make me what I'm not, it's tiring, guys. Let's cut people some slack. Like, I think that is one thing that affects relationship, when you feel like you're better than the other person. Because really, everybody makes mistake. Everybody at some point will not make the best of decision. So let's try our best to accommodate our own excesses. Because if we not do it for ourselves, we won't do it for us. And that is one thing we should consider. We should concern ourselves with. If you feel like your friend have this flaw and you can no longer tolerate it, if you can't leave her, who are you leaving her for? And that is why when I speak to my friend Chamaka, I really admire a lot of things she says. She said friendship is about knowing certain things and just keep it moving, keep it pushing. Because you knowing those things does not stop the love. Friendship is not based on what is being said. Friendship is not based on what is being done right. My pastor will tell you that if you feel like you're someone that cannot tolerate when it comes to friendship, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to family, that is where you see the pothole of shit. You should be ready to know that as long as you have said these people are the people that is your ride or die, now there you go there. Now there the shit they many. So what am I trying to say on this episode? Let's cut people some slack. Let's stop being judgmental. I cannot even begin to tell the story because it's funny, because I remember when I was in school, I had said to myself that I am never going to get physical in relationship. But I remember one time a guy approached me, and this guy literally stood in front of everybody. I'm like, "Hello, hi, I want to speak to you." I was really intrigued. I was really, really fascinated by the fact that somebody was really loud about me. Somebody was really vocal about how they felt about me. And I remember, like, when we were talking about getting into a relationship, I remember he had stated some terms that I was not comfortable with. But I will be honest with myself that I actually gave that a second thought. Did I eventually do it? It's not for us to judge. But I remember that I gave it a second thought. So really, if you are not in the situation, if you are not in the matter, if you are not wearing the shoe, I don't think we have the right to judge. I don't think we have the right to criticize people's faults. Your own no better as the other person. The only difference is that some people's own will come to the limelight, and yours may stay hidden forever. So engage in this conversation and tell us what people had judged you for. Tell us what you have been hiding and concealed because you are scared of people's judgment. Just please don't forget to engage in this conversation on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube. Follow us across all social media platforms, EWL Podcast, on Instagram and TikTok. My private handle, Luchi across all social media platforms. Please follow us and tell us. We want to hear more and more for us to know what to. We want to hear more and more. So please follow us and engage on this conversation. Gloria, don't forget that God is love, love is God. Let's preach that. Like, it's a really deep message I always drop at the end of this podcast. And your host, Imiti, is your Gloria, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.